when you have your own husband and your own children, and you're trying to get them to listen and realize what they have is very valuable, you'll remember this as being a part of your life that was beautiful beyond your appreciation at the time. All of this as a kid is all escaping these children here. They don't know how lucky they are. All on this land here, all of this land, we often see the children from that house there, the one that's in silhouette under the trees. We call that the secret house in the mountains, because we are in the mountains right now, and that's the house that was incomplete. It was just like a frame, and it was clear that the people, the family, who we didn't know back then, we didn't know them, but we knew that they lived far over that hill, and they lived there in what obviously was a house that they were going to have to vacate, or that they wanted to vacate, and they had this piece of land here that they could build on. Now that vantage point there, you can look in any direction, and if you look over there you'll be able to see the ocean, and over there, probably from that house, see the ocean, and then all of this here, all of that enormous panorama of beautiful rolling hills, hundreds and hundreds of square miles. If you look up there, look how far they go. And if you look very hard, you can see that there are plantations of palms, and sometimes often of coconut, and often they are of pineapple too, pineapple and banana. And right over there, gosh, it's worth walking back just a little. Now can you see the mountains there? It's very difficult for me. I can only see a thin line in my viewfinder, but I think that you can see right on the skyline that the mountains continue and they roll back in layers, and that's very beautiful. And at the risk of well, it's guaranteed I'll repeat myself, but the OFWs, just to make it so that it's real to you foreigners out there, if you're working with Filipinos or Filipinas and they're working and they look just like you, just like wear all the same clothes, they're pretty, hard workers, and they're there, and if you ask them, if you encourage them, they might tell you a little bit about their life, but you won't realize the incredible sacrifice that they're making. And I'm talking now if you are from one of the Western countries, America or the UK, and we'll count Australia and in with that too. But they will be looking at this now, and they'll be remembering their childhood, the childhood that I try to tell Taliklik that she should be aware of. And now, often when we come this way, which is usually every day, often Beth will suddenly get a moment of inner reflection, and she'll tell me that her childhood was the happiest time of her life. And I tried to tell Taliklik that, but of course Unlike you and me, she doesn't listen. I listened to everything that my parents told me, and I never did any wrong. So now we got that cleared up. I think it was George Burns, the American comedian. He said, "It's the phone call that every father dreams of. The one where one of his children call him up and say, 'Dad, I'm sorry. You were right.'" He said it's a phone call that will never happen. And now we've got an impasse here. We've got what I think is a grand old girl. Bear, Red. Bad dog. And she is tethered off to the right there, and she's walked up into the shade. She can stand on level ground, and she can be in the shade as well. Now if I'm in the truck and I come up against this, I just sit and wait. I wait patiently. But if Beth is in the truck, she'll get out and she'll take that line and she'll lead the old girl over with little fuss. But right now we've got the standoff. But if I stand here for a little while and edge over, Carabao doesn't know me, so eventually is my hope, she would actually move. If we were in the truck, that's what would happen. But I won't hassle. And this is about where we would turn around. So we'll leave that one. What I was about to say before, when we were walking and I was talking about the children from that house up there, and that is, we know those kids come to church. That's the little girl especially that comes with us when we drive in, and she joins the rest of the family in the back of the truck. But we often see those kids riding the Carabao. So that great horned creature that's standing there, you will quite likely see a 5-year-old child confidently riding that huge beast, and they graze them down here. So now we're on the way back. And I'm thinking that it must have been possibly, I can't see the letters on here, but probably 15 or 20 minutes has gone by at least. I'll let you go. This is a foreigner in the Philippines on the road back to the house. Bogey! Hey! I'm in good company. I see that it's only the two dogs. Red. Come on, Red. Red and Pogey that have stayed with me. Bye for now.